If we find realized all I see.
código te darei, escrito nesse papel que agora divide em três. Então buzo bole vai descer,
Os seus pratos vai trocar.
ele chega em você.
Pior acontecerá.
Ele quebrou. Quer dizer, parabéns, você ganhou.
No segundo teste, hug o hug de brinquedo.
Pra que tanto medo? Um segundo passo.
Eu ganhei mais um pedaço. Último jogo, a luz vai se apagar.
E quando ela acender, você tem que parar. DJ está atrás, você não é capaz. Nesse jogo não existe forma de ganhar.
Uma saída,
smiling mouths full of teeth and meat and plastic. This world is theirs now. Welcome home.
This is your answer.
Please, help us go to sleep, Catnap.
Down here is bigger than all of us. I need you.
Is his voice thingy still broken?
JJCK é o brabo da putaria.
Experiment 1188. First conversation.
Something says fetch.
Hi, I'm Bobby Bearhug. I'm a candy corn.
I'm Bumble Bumble.
I'm Hoppy Hopscotch. Hi there. I'm Piggy Piggy. Let's eat.
Hey, I'm Chicken Chicken.
Vai acabar tomando susto. Olha o caminhado, elemento é o passo lento. Vai fechando o tempo, canhão, faca na cintura. Disposição pra tombar duas vidas.
Muito cuidado aqui embaixo. É diferente de tudo que você viu lá em cima. As coisas não tentam fingir ser o que não são. É o inferno. E a Playtime queria. Mas temos aliados aqui. This is your answer. We called it Hour of Joy.
Doey.
okay.
Places you can hide. Not from me.
This recklessness has to stop. The doctor has no regard for the safety of this facility or its staff.
Or the children in play care. I've tried to set boundaries with him. He doesn't listen to me.
He doesn't listen to any of us. Not really. Not anymore. And he's behind schedule. Playtime may have turned a corner financially, but that doesn't change the fact that his bigger body's initiative is still a money hole. The guy's gotta go, Leif. And how do you suggest we do that? This wouldn't be the first time we made someone disappear. We can't kill him, Eddie. Why not? Because, like it or not, we need him.
Eddie's right, though. Sawyer can't keep leading this project.
So we just ask him to step down? Take a demotion?
No, but
I'm not disagreeing. Huggy loose in the woods, that business with catnap, the whole stole thing, and half a dozen other incidents. Right. And all of that pales in comparison to the theater incident.
I don't even want to talk about that.
So, we can't kill the son of a bitch, but we need to knock him out of the equation. What do we do? We own the infrastructure you're wired into.
They were just children. Oh, do not be so dramatic. It was necessary. They were just children. And you killed them in cold blood. I did what was necessary for the betterment of our cause. We were just children. And you killed them.
Vamos explodir a fábrica.
É o quê?
Eu tô cansada, Doey!
What?
What's going going on? Wait, night? The generator's fine. It's... I lost track of him in the tunnels. Have you seen him? Was he at the foundation? Or was he... What? What's going on? Wait, tonight? The generator's fine. It's...
They appear lost and disoriented, and the breathing is indicative of fear, and rightly so.
you know? I never thought I'd see another like you. A human. Certainly not an employee like you. But something makes you different. I can tell that much. Though I can't say what exactly that something is. Not yet. The others you faced, 1170, 1188, 1222. Been there, done that. Let's try our hand at something a little different. Oh, yarnaby. Please, do keep making this enjoyable for me. I'll be taking notes. Playtime hurt us. My experiments hurt us. Cares about you. She sacrificed an instinct if she believed it meant getting what she wants. The only difference between her and I, the only difference, is that I find actually gains something. Otherwise, it was endless work. Would you simply make all that sacrifice meaningless? Not even the ground beneath your feet. ruin everything!
The dragon has 3 heads. One to be a murderer who will unleash death. One to be a monarch whose crown will weigh heavy.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I failed you. It was never what any of you needed. I was only made to hurt things. My fault. My fault. Everything hurts. Hurts back. Always hurt back. Parents, scientists, everyone have to. It all started with you. You and her. It was you who ruined everything! No, that's not true. They jump-started the generator. They destroyed everything! I'll kill you! dá pra confiar em ninguém! As vozes gentis!
Olhe! Algo deu terrivelmente errado. O porto seguro.
Prateleira de ventilação, bloco B6. É aí que você está, Bob.
Que?
Fique onde está.
Escute com atenção. Você não pode.
Não que me traga paz em relação aos corpos. O que me diz sobre eles? Eu sei que não havia outra opção. Os brinquedos morreram de fome. Vão envelhecer. Mas ainda é asqueroso. Queria que estivesse aqui, pai. Suas palavras seriam reconfortantes.